Hi families, my name is Miss Gaither. I am the Science and Social Studies teacher for 6th grade this year. I wanted to start off this presentation by telling you a little bit about myself. Feel free to pause the video and look at this slide that I made that I showed students on the first day of school. That is my why or my purpose for teaching. So I want to give you a quick tutorial of my Google Classroom. You can see that each class is labeled Science and Social Studies. My stream is always used by myself and students for announcements or questions. They can write on there and ask me any questions that they have. If you click on classwork, you can view my course handout. I post my PowerPoints from class onto the course handout so that if students have any questions, they can refer back to what we did in class. If you click on this link, it opens up my contact information and it tells you a little bit about the platforms that we use. I'm going to specifically go over the slide decks that we are using in 6th grade for science because this is something that's a little bit newer for us, and I just want to give you a quick run through of how that works. So I'm going to show you lesson 7 just as an example. You can see that each slide has either a green, a yellow, or a red box. The green boxes mean that you should complete the work that is on that slide. The yellow boxes mean that you should slow down and read the notes that are on that slide. The red stop questions will only appear in lesson 7 and earlier. Anything from lesson 8 forward will not have these red boxes because we are no longer using Activate Learning to complete any work. The only reason that your child would need to use Activate Learning is to make up an assignment from earlier in the quarter at this point. So students are able to manipulate materials on the slides. You can see that the directions are in green and all of these images are movable so that they can follow along in the activity. There are also written questions in their slides. And there are usually videos incorporated as well to take the place of any lab demonstrations that we would do in class. So my grading is all taking place on the Google Slides. There are some slides that are weighted higher because they have assessment grades. And I always mark the assessment slides with this emoji that says assessment on them so that students know that those slides are weighted heavier. Another aspect of my Google Classroom that I wanted to go over is the section called Small Group Fridays. On Friday, I have all of the students report to class and I go over their assignments with them. I have by that time already presented their feedback on their lessons for the week. So they can then decide to complete any of the activities that are found in the Small Group Fridays, or if they are not done their lessons and they need that additional support from me, Fridays are our time to work together and complete those lessons. So for example, some of the activities take place on a website called Legends of Learning. These are all games that students play that are related to science. So they would just log in with their school account. I'll just return to my teacher account to show you what the games look like. So a playlist is made for them and it will have all of the games that are related to what we're working on. This is my playlist for the topic that we're working on right now, and it's called Transmission and Refraction of Light. So all of the games relate to the transmission and the refraction of light. Students also have assignments in Freckle, which is a wonderful reading resource that we're going to use for both science and social studies. I can assign articles to them and they can take quizzes to test their reading comprehension and their content knowledge as well. Another example of an activity would be a Bill Nye video. So the students will get assigned a Google Sheet, and that Google Sheet will ask them to answer a series of questions with with the information that they learned in the video. So for example, Bill Nye will say a line, a blank breaks up light into all of the colors of the rainbow. The students will click on the drop down and select the answer that would best match their sentence. All of the work that is done on Small Group Fridays does not have to be turned into me right away. It's relevant to the unit. So as long as students are finished their assignments for me, they can complete any Small Group Friday activity that they choose.